Good morning and welcome to the 523 podcast. This is episode 14, and I am Devin Corbello, owner of Corbello's Menswear, and I am joined by, I guess is the proper term, by Cody Porche, owner of Porche Aerial Imagery, which he has been on before, so welcome back.
Hello.
And it has actually been almost a month since I've had my podcast episode, so thank you for sticking with me and coming back. It's been a busy few weeks. One, had my birthday, so kind of took a week off to celebrate that, as one should, I think.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks. You were there, Cody. We had
Oh
fun.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I was offered a position for in the American Heart Association as the regional director for Lake Charles. So I
Wow.
accepted that position. Really
Really?
cool opportunity, and I started that. And so kind of back into the nonprofit world. As you know, I came from that. So took a little break, and here I'm back again. So I'm going to do dual role, business owner and regional director. And then actually I went on a little mini vacation with some friends, and I just got back yesterday or the day
Wow.
before, and I am feeling it.
So you've been busy.
I've been busy, and it's been a fun busy, and it's been a good busy, but it's been busy. So
That's good. Well, congrats on the new job. I
thank
had
you.
no idea. So,
Yeah,
I had heard a little bit of talk that you were going for that. I
yeah,
believe, but
yeah.
that was a while back, right? A couple
It
months
was
ago.
they my friend Patricia Prudhomme, who was in the role before,
Hmm.
she was
I know.
like,
I know Patricia pretty
yeah,
well. She's a
Patricia,
hoot.
she's a fun time. But she left that, and she said that I would be perfect in that role, and so I tried it out, interviewed, and kind of just left it up to chance and prayed about it, and if it was meant to be, it was going to happen. So ended up they went through the whole process and kind of readjusted the role and the duties for it a little bit, and then they offered me the position, so here I am.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
it's been fun, and it's I get to talk to sponsors and plan the heart walk. And actually I was talking to a sponsor yesterday as my first day back from vacation, and I thought it was Monday. It was Thursday.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize whenever I told her it was Monday until like 3 hours later, when I was like, oh my gosh, it's Thursday. So
Vacation will do that to you.
right. So she was probably like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, it's not qualified. But anyway, it's been a fun 2 weeks, 3 weeks since the last podcast recording.
Hmm.
And here we are in June, almost summertime. Technically, it feels like summertime now.
Oh yeah.
Um, but Father's Day is approaching, and so I decided to ask Cody back because he's a new dad
Hmm.
of a almost 2 month old,
Yeah. She's 6 weeks today.
6 weeks. That's
Yeah.
awesome,
Oh yeah.
and she's really adorable. And I know we talked about the pregnancy on the last podcast. So like, what's changed since then?
Oh my God.
Obviously, a
So,
baby, but
everything
yeah.
has changed. I thought I was a little bit prepared,
Mm-hmm.
right? I wasn't. It's true when they say you're never ready. You know, this has been a completely life-changing experience. So yeah, last time we spoke, everything was fine. I was
Yeah.
getting 10 hours of sleep if I wanted. Now, lucky to get 4.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, all the quote unquote complaints
Yeah.
about having to raise a baby, but
Mm-hmm.
in the end it's awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, it really, I can already see it. It's going to be like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So
And y'all already seem like the coolest parents. I don't know. I love both of y'all so much that it was just like, if I were to pick my parents, which I love my parents, but if they weren't available and I had to pick some new parents, I think I'd pick y'all.
really, did you just on the air trade your
I
parents
did.
for me? No,
Sorry,
no, I know.
mom. Sorry, dad.
No, we want to be like that. We
Hmm.
told ourselves like we want to have fun with this because just like with anything in life, anything new you take on, you
Hmm.
can be extremely stressed out about the
Hmm.
whole situation, and then it goes by in a flash, and you look back, you're like, man, we didn't even embrace any moment.
Yeah.
It treated it like a job.
Hmm.
We don't want to do that. Now, look, I know people are listening.
Hmm.
I'm 6 weeks in, and I know it's going to change
Right.
a year in and 2 years. So we're gonna have to take me back ask me this same question each
Every year.
year. But I think we're doing a decent job. We've
Mhm.
been out of the house many, many times with her
Yeah.
already, and we're not trying to become hermits or anything
Mhm.
like that. So I don't know. Right now, we're embracing it. It's tough.
Mhm.
It's not easy.
How was the first time out? Because I know my mom said that the first time they took me out, I like yelled and screamed in the restaurant and they had to leave without eating.
Yeah, yeah. So the actual first time we went out, we went to a Mexican restaurant here
Mhm.
locally, and she slept the whole time,
Oh, that's good.
which it worked out,
Yeah.
right? And we felt like super parents because
Mhm.
look at us, a kid hasn't changed us,
Right.
yeah. And then boom, right when you get home, she screams for three
Uh-huh.
hours. So I mean, I think we got lucky, but
Right.
then there has been times we tried to go to walk-ons like I don't know 4 days later,
Mhm.
and like no, wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Like walked in, she started getting fussy. We're like, let's go.
Yeah. We can't do
Went through
this.
a drive-through, went home.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's yeah, it's things have definitely changed
Mhm.
big time.
Yeah.
But that was the first outing was a
Yeah.
Mexican restaurant, which we're
Now,
proud of.
the I'm kind of proud of this. I said, I mean, y'all said that the first like parents night out was like for my birthday, which is awesome that y'all
Yeah,
decided to spend it with
it
me.
was actually.
How was that? Like, how was like your mindset during then? I know
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, I thought we had fun, but like, I know you
No,
probably
no.
like were thinking about
It's
her
funny.
and just,
And I make sound like a bad, I don't know,
or
but
not. Okay, well,
maybe
maybe I
not.
shouldn't have brought
No,
it
no, no,
up.
it's good. It actually was like, it was awesome.
Hmm.
I actually didn't think about her the whole entire time.
Hmm.
Every now and then, you look at your phone and you're
Right.
like,
Waiting
okay, is
for a
everything
text. Yeah.
good? Yeah, but it was a good, good reason to get out.
Yeah.
Hung out with friends and had a good babysitter.
Yeah.
It was the in-laws, so
Yeah. Well, there you go.
yeah. So like they enjoyed it. She does have amazing grandparents,
Hmm.
so she's got that going for her
Yeah.
already. But no, that was great. I
Yeah.
mean, we're about to do that again tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow is going to be our first overnight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're driving to Houston,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to see an Astros game,
Oh,
and then we're
fun.
staying Saturday night, waking up Sunday, going to brunch, and then coming back home.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so we're gonna have a totally new experience
Mhm.
starting tomorrow, but I like it. It doesn't
Yeah.
bother me.
How's Emily doing with it? Like,
She's
she
doing,
seems to be great. Like,
yeah, she's a trooper.
mhm.
I mean, my God, I wouldn't know what to do without her. I
Yeah.
mean, she's the rock right now,
Mhm.
the provider of everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can almost feel a little helpless in a way,
Mhm.
but I've been told that that's normal,
Mhm.
for I guess new dads.
Mhm.
But I'm doing everything I can. I'm feeding her as much as I can.
Yeah.
But no, Emily, she's doing awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, like really, it's like it's her fifth kid.
Mhm. That's
So
awesome. They say, once you have a baby, like your paternal and maternal instincts kind of kick in.
yes,
And if I were to ever have a child, I'm hoping that's the
no,
case. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it does. I actually mentioned that at the Game of Thrones. I
Hmm.
forget which episode, the one where we all met.
Was
And
it
then we
before
actually
or after? Oh,
we brought her with us
oh yeah.
that
So that was
night.
with that was at Matt and Wendy.
Yes,
So it was, yeah, that episode.
yeah. So she was like, I don't know, 3 weeks
Uh
old,
huh.
and I was telling you guys about that. I was like,
Hmm.
it's crazy. Right when they come out, into the world,
Hmm.
it's like something kicks in,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. I mean, if you look like animals, and it's like they know. No one
Hmm.
taught them. They didn't take classes.
Right.
So unless you're just completely checked out,
Yeah.
it comes naturally.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not easy. I
Hmm.
mean, that's totally not the case. But in terms of people who are worried, or people who are worried about that,
Hmm.
like it's like, oh, I hope you would be amazing. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, you
Yeah.
can just tell.
Well, I don't know if I'd ever find out. No, I'm kidding. Who knows? But that's really cool. And then y'all are just just hanging around y'all, and y'all just like you're real about like everything that's going on. You don't like try to like put on this like perfect
No, yeah,
facade of like, oh, parenting's great, but like you're showing us the app and how like especially like at the beginning, how you had to make sure certain things were going correctly, and
yeah.
you just and you just we got like 3 hours of sleep last night, and
You know, I hate to say that, but it's social media, or I hate to say this, social media has a really terrible way of showing people like, oh, this my life's perfect
Mhm.
and all that. And yeah, I mean, that's easy to post the good stuff. It's hard to
Mhm.
post the bad stuff. But I can tell you that no baby is perfect.
Mhm.
And behind all those Instagram pictures and beautiful, I mean, you got babies
Mhm.
that are sick,
Yeah.
throwing up, screaming,
Mhm.
that's life.
Yeah.
So, and Emily and I joke about that. Like
Mhm.
we actually want to start posting more of like,
Yeah.
like the other day I took a picture and my little girl has like a triple chin.
Uh-uh.
And I'm like, I want to post that
Right.
because that to me is like, that's what you see, like the
Well, that's
dry
what's
skin and,
yeah.
rather than like the
Oh, I think y'all
polished
sent
picture.
that to the group message that we're in.
Yeah, yeah.
Y
It's like, I don't know. I want to be more like that
yeah.
because I think it's more fun. You're not so tense all the
Oh,
time. Like,
yeah. I mean,
hey,
people
look,
would
she's
love
got
that.
like a rash on her face today. Oh, well,
Yeah.
move on. And then the
Right.
next day it's gone.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
And
It's,
is she
it's fun.
sleeping in the crib yet? Or
No,
I
so
think
she's
y'all tried that one time.
Yeah, she's in a bassinet, which
Mhm.
is, right beside our bed. We are going to hold true. Like, we're not going to allow her in the bed.
Mhm.
We've been told that by many, many parents. Like,
Mhm.
do not do it.
Yeah.
It gets tougher when they start walking and talk.
Right.
Then they're like, oh, please, can I go to
Mhm.
bed and all that. But eventually, we're going to move her from the bassinet to her
Her
crib.
room. Yeah.
The problem with that is her room's kind of across the house.
Mhm.
So it's real easy. Right now, she gets fussy. You just scoop her up, change her, feed
Yeah.
her, put her back.
Mhm.
Making trips across the house, if you will, would be a little bit
Oh, yeah,
trickier.
for
So,
sure.
and then you have to rely on a camera,
Mhm.
and so that adds a little bit of worry that you're
Mhm.
like, what if it doesn't work, or what
Yeah.
if that kind of thing. So it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
hopefully sooner than later, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Now, and y'all have a dog too, and I know, like y'all said that he was pretty worried the first night, but he seems to be like
Yeah.
doing really well now, huh? Is it the big brother?
Yeah, little Kramer. He's
Yeah.
12. He'll be 13 next year. And he's yeah, the first night, she got really fussy,
Mhm.
and they say that happens. She
Mhm.
was a NICU baby, so
Yeah.
a lot of noises for getting into a quiet home, so she kind of freaked out, and he was worried to
Mhm.
death. I mean, like looking at us and looking at her, like
Yeah.
what's happening. But now he's totally calm about
Mhm.
it. I mean, she could be screaming and he doesn't really react to it. I
Yeah.
don't know if his hearing's bad or, or what, but he's cool. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I
he
know that.
sniffs her and then walks away.
Mhm. That first night, it was, or the next day, I think we came over for lunch and, met her and stuff. And like Kramer, like sat in my lap and like fell asleep the entire like hour and a half I was there.
Yeah.
Poor baby, he was so tired.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
was exhausted
Yeah.
because I mean, again, he was up every time. He's used to sleeping. Think about it.
Mhm.
An old dog, they sleep, I guess over 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
Probably him, he probably sleeps 20 hours a day, but
Right.
now that she's up so much, he
Mhm.
gets up with us
Mhm.
naturally. So yeah, he's definitely more exhausted just by, sitting there staring at us
Yeah.
and like, what's going on? Two,
Mhm.
2 in the morning,
Yeah.
but
That's awesome. Now, you own your own business,
hmm
and so how's that working out between like, I know they like asked this a lot with like moms, like it's kind of like a sexist question, I think, how do you balance your parenthood and your
uh-huh.
work life? But like I'm asking a father too, because y'all are, I mean, you're very involved in her life, obviously, but you're
hmm
also, you have a business to run too. So how's that working out with,
Yeah, it's really tricky. So I
yeah.
don't have an office,
Hmm.
right? So I run everything out of my house.
Right.
So yeah, I'm there, and I guess it's getting easier in a
Hmm.
way. But there's times like yesterday, I had to send out 3 estimates, and I only got to 2.
Hmm.
And it's just because she just started screaming. I had to scoop her up. Mom was busy,
Yeah.
so it's not the easiest thing. I can
Hmm.
see how having a work office would kind of detach you away,
Hmm.
but for me, I'm having to change a lot,
Yeah.
just because you do have to at one point get down and start back. You have
Right.
to work,
Yeah.
and so I think I took about 3 weeks off,
Hmm.
which I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But then the floodgates opened after that, and
Yeah.
it's just like, look, I have to go,
Yeah.
and it's not the most fun thing to say or do, but
No, I mean,
you do it.
but that is really cool that you still get to be at home and like I know that's a distraction, but you still kind of
Yeah. Oh,
you can
I'm
kind of
seeing
see that. Yeah.
everything. That is yeah, that's a positive. I'm seeing everything. I'm not missing anything right now unless I'm out in the field. But,
Hmm.
I can see how people need breaks
Yeah.
in parenthood,
Yeah.
and it's not a bad thing.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, just to, hand her off,
Mhm.
walk away, just go check the mail
Yeah.
and it may take you 20 minutes to check your mail. You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
you go check your parents' mail down the
Yeah, yeah.
road.
You just like, well, you end up doing things. This
Yeah.
is funny. Side note: you end up like doing chores that you hated before.
Uh-huh.
So like we have weeds, right? And
Yeah.
I found Emily one time. She was just outside picking weeds,
She just
and
needed to
it's
get
like
out.
blistering hot,
Mhm.
and it's just you get away. Me, I've always hate cutting grass,
Mhm.
and I'm like trimming my yard up like I'm a pro,
Right.
just because you're like, just get away for a second,
Yeah.
And that doesn't make you a bad
No,
parent.
no, no. No, it's
You need a break.
for sure, for sure. Um, so if Father's Day is coming up, did you this is I don't think I mentioned this before. This is like part one of a two-part Father's Day series I'm doing.
Okay.
Um, but so did you like ask for anything since it's your first Father's Day, or you think you'll get anything? Or...
So, if my wife listens to this, she's gonna laugh. I asked for a motorcycle as a joke, which is just something that's over the top.
Hmm.
I was kind of joking about it, but no, I look. I'm fortunate enough to have everything.
Hmm.
I've worked hard and I guess play hard, right?
Hmm.
I know that sounds cliche, but I have everything that I want. I
Hmm.
buy everything that I want.
Yeah.
So I didn't really ask for anything specifically.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think she's getting me something, but I already forgot what it was. So
So she told you,
I think she hinted. Oh man,
or
I'm
is
gonna
it
get in
like,
trouble for this.
right?
But yeah, I was like, yeah, just buy me a motorcycle from Honda. There's like these little bitty motorcycles like
Hmm.
called like Honda Monkeys. I want one so bad.
Yeah. And would
Cricket got
oh
like
yeah.
it. She didn't get that one, but Brandon got her
Oh, I
something
did see that
similar,
one. Yeah.
and so it's kind of like that, but I don't know, it's different in a way.
Yeah.
But so I was like, yeah, just buy me one of those.
Hmm.
She's like, are you kidding me? Like you can go get that yourself. I'm not
Right.
gonna go get that for you.
Did y'all do something big for Mother's Day too, since it was her first, or?
Mother's Day, man. I forgot what we did. I don't think we did anything extravagant.
Hmm.
I mean, being that she's so young right now,
Yeah.
you're so involved. Like, it's not like we went out and maybe we did like a thing where we were at a friend's house or something like
Hmm.
that. But no, nothing big.
Yeah.
Uh, and again, my brain is
Well,
completely
I think we
fried, so I
we
can't
we
imagine.
watched. Didn't we watch Game of Thrones at y'all's house for Mother's
Was
Day?
it okay? So yeah, I figured it was a real small thing.
Yeah.
And
I think that's what
she
we did.
wanted something from Etsy, some rings.
Hmm.
So she kind of picked her own gifts.
Yeah.
I got her that, and
Yeah.
so no, I mean that's yeah, that I mean again when it's new like that,
Hmm.
she's like a month old. It's tough to plan big things.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
for
just
sure.
like making sure she's breathing.
Hmm.
That's like your biggest job, right?
Yeah.
Then and there.
So like switching gears now to like you as a son, and
Hmm.
like your father and your parents live down the road from y'all, so I'm sure that's great now that y'all have a baby. But like what's like a Father's Day gift, if you can remember, that you have given, or you and your brother have given, brothers have given to your dad, that you
Father's
liked,
Day.
or was
So a gift that we've
or
given our
memorable, I
dad.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I have two older brothers. So a lot of times recently, like in the past, I'd say 5 years or so,
Hmm.
we've gone together on
Hmm.
gifts. So like I don't know, most recently, like my dad, he would never buy him a good pair of sunglasses. Like he's
Hmm.
always wearing the cheap ones and
Right.
he's squinting the whole time. And so
Hmm.
we went in and bought him a nice pair of Costas.
Hmm.
Um, and other than that, my dad's kind of an outdoorsy kind of
Hmm.
guy. So ice chests.
Yeah.
I don't the typical.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But nothing that's I don't know. My dad's not the kind that's like the super heartfelt. Like
Hmm.
you're not gonna like handwrite a note and he's gonna start crying, right?
Right.
So like we've never done that.
Hmm.
We show our appreciation, but we get him just like cool dad gifts.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. I guess hunting supplies would be probably the
Hmm.
best thing.
Yeah, I don't want to say the one, just in case, because this will air before Father's Day. I don't want to say what we
Oh
got him
yeah,
this year, but I think it's pretty cool. But he's like himself, like he's like you. Like if he wants something, he'll get it himself. But he will like he's like my mom too in a lot of ways, and we talked about that, where he'll give us a couple of like ideas that he wants, or he'll
oh that's
ask for
cool.
something, which is cool, and it's great that we know that. But last year we got him this really cool. Well, my sister like kind of put it all together, and little bit more than I wanted to spend for a Father's Day gift, but it was really neat. There was this like traveling like car thing that they go to around like the country to different like racetracks,
Oh,
and you
cool.
can like drive like
Oh, yeah, like a
Ferrari or
yeah,
like all these like sports cars. And so we got him a ticket to do that, and we all made like a weekend trip to Houston with the family, and
yeah.
that was
That's
really
awesome.
fun.
That's not cheap either.
No,
I
it
know,
wasn't.
because New Orleans has one.
Yeah, so I think theirs is permanent, but we went to the one in Houston that's more
Okay, so it's like a
temporary.
pop-up. All right,
Right.
gotcha.
And
Okay,
so it
dude,
was
that sounds awesome.
it was kind of a later gift because we had to do it in November, but we bought it for him before, and so which was really cool. Like it was right around Thanksgiving time. We all like just took a weekend trip and just had fun. And then like at the end of the trip, we it was his first time going to Bucky's,
No
and that
way.
man like he's like one of those like very corny like loves like um I guess I don't want to say touristy stuff, but the corny like gifts and like like big tourist attractions. He loves like that kind of thing. So he spent like an hour and a half in
Oh yeah,
Bucky's, and it's like a Sunday afternoon. We're all ready to be home, and he's like, "We're
yeah.
like, Dad."
And there's like 1,000 people there.
And I'm like, if we don't hurry up and get him out of here, he's gonna get our Christmas gifts with Bucky T-shirts or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, oh my
Um,
God, Bucky's is it
yeah.
is amazing.
And then he
Yeah.
actually did give my sister a big like fire pit from Bucky's.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow,
he
those are super nice.
yeah, they're heavy, and
Wow.
she like they like to do outside like fire pits, like they just gather around and like have
So
a bonfire thing.
don't tell me he got you a pair of like Bucky socks, because I mean
No,
that wouldn't be a fair
no, 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 no.
trade.
He I don't want to say it because he may be listening to this, but I always felt that he gave my sister better gifts than me.
Devin's
It
dad, if you want to buy me a fire pit from
right.
Bucky's, if you're listening, that'd be awesome.
He probably will, just so we can go back and get the fudge. Um, no, he got me this really cool gift for Christmas. It's called Pack Up and Go.
Hmm.
Um, it's this travel agency company startup thing where you fill out the survey and they send you
Okay.
on a trip, like a 3-day trip, to like mid-sized cities in the
And you don't
country,
know where you're
and you
going.
don't know
I've
where you're
heard of
going.
this.
And you get an envelope, like you get like one the week before saying what you need to pack, cold, hot,
Yeah.
whatever.
And what like airport to go to.
Right.
Yeah.
And then well you pick the closest major airport. So
Okay,
like
I see.
I'd pick Houston, but then they send you another envelope a couple days before and they say not to open it until you get to the airport, and then you find out where you're going.
That is cool.
So I haven't done it yet, but he got me like a gift card for it.
Okay,
So
that's neat. Oh, you got
I'm
to do that
I
and
know
like come
I'm
back
gonna
and
do it
report it.
in the probably the fall
Yeah.
because I have a few things I have to do over the summer. So I think I'm gonna do that, kind of plan it over the fall.
Okay,
I
that
know.
is awesome.
I'm super excited for it, and
Wow.
yeah, it's a really neat gift. So
Huh. Interesting.
yeah, that's a really cool gift to give anyone too. Like just and you can go by yourself or you can go with like other people,
Hmm.
and they plan everything for you, so it's really neat.
Yeah, Emily and I, we talked about it one time, and we were like, "Man, you think our anxiety, could we do this?
Mm.
Because like when we travel, we're easygoing, but we do have everything,
Yeah.
lined up.
Hmm.
So it'd be kind of interesting to like kind of let loose and be
Yeah.
like, wow, we don't have any control over this,
Yeah, for sure. And
Huh.
like it includes like the fee that you pay for is obviously like the administrative fee, also your airfare and like hotel. So that's all
Yeah,
together, and then you set a budget, so like the bigger your budget the nicer like the hotel, but it's
sure.
all like 3 or 4 stars. It's not like dingy
No,
hotels
yeah,
where you
yeah.
pick the lowest one, and then they give you a list of like you fill out the survey, you kind of tell your interests, what do you like to do on trips, where's the most recent trips you've gone, so they don't send you to the same place, and
That is awesome.
um and you
You're gonna
can
have a good time.
yeah, I'm super
You have
excited.
to bring a camera or kind of
Like,
almost not vlog it, but
yeah,
to
I might.
write down your experience of the
Yeah,
whole thing,
for
because
sure.
you may become an ambassador for that product.
I'm
And
like waiting. I've been
hey,
liking their stuff on
what's the company
Instagram.
name? We got to get a sponsor for
Yeah,
this, right?
pack up and go.
Hey, if you're listening, pack up and go.
Right? I'm gonna tag them in it. 'Cause
Currently not a sponsor.
they're not, but
That'd be cool to give one away each week. That'd be awesome.
hey, okay, I'm about to have to contact
I'm
Pack Up
always
and
thinking
Go.
about stuff
I
like
know
this.
you are. I love it. Entrepreneur minded.
Yep, yep.
But
That's neat, man. That's a
yeah,
really cool gift.
yeah, and I love traveling too. And
Have I ever met your dad?
my dad, I don't know. He's more of the quiet type. I don't.
Okay.
He's not
My
as
dad's the same way. I mean,
as outgoing as my mom is. Um, I don't even know if you've met my mom yet.
I think I have somewhere.
Yeah, she sometimes tags along to like certain events with me.
Okay.
My dad, not so much. He's more of a quiet,
My dad's the same way.
but he's pretty funny. He's a
Yeah.
fun dad.
Yep.
We I haven't asked him to come on. I need to ask him to come on. So I'm gonna call him
Oh, you
after
got
this
to
and
do
like,
that.
hey, I don't think he'll do it, but he might.
No, just don't tell him. Just
Yeah,
say, "Hey, I got to show you something," and then boom, walk in the room and just close the door,
right.
and he'll have to do it.
Yeah, he'd
That'd
hate
be
me.
cool. That'd be cool.
He's a fun time though. He's still it's like we'll like wrestle with him and like we're all adults and
Uh
like
huh.
at like Easter or Christmas or something. There's like a pond in the backyard and he'll throw us in and uh, so he's still like blowing and going.
That's
He's a
cool.
fun time.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's
I have to meet him one day.
yeah, and he's small business owner too, electrician, and
Okay.
so if you ever need any electrical work done in the house,
Sweet.
I know
Sweet.
you have a family full of like your
Oh
brother works
God.
with your dad, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We kind of do between painting, plumbing,
Mm-hmm.
construction, architecture.
Yeah.
They do it. They do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I'm over here flying drones
Yeah.
and
Have you
kind of.
ever wanted to like go into that like the family business or is
Yeah, I
that?
mean, I tried. I mean, at one point, I quit, a corporate job, and while
Mm-hmm.
I was starting my business, I had to like work with my dad just to kind of pay the bills and
Yeah.
whatnot. And no, I do not. Look, it's okay. People whose families have businesses, it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to not take over that business.
Yes.
Yeah, now, and it's not always about the money either.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta like what you do, and if
Yeah.
you don't like that, don't do it.
No, I
Uh,
tried that too. It was a very short-lived experience.
Yeah, some people are. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're miserable. They may not
Mm-hmm.
be listening to this, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing fine financially, but it wasn't ever their dream to
Mm-hmm.
do what their parents did.
Yeah.
So, um, I don't know. I'd say it was like I didn't even have a big. It wasn't even a big fallout or anything. I
Mm-hmm.
just told my mom and dad, hey, I got this new business going, and
Mm-hmm.
construction's not for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me at all, and
Yeah.
they knew that.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. Like for like a month after high school, between like not having a job and like graduating, I worked with my dad and my brother like during the summertime, and he's out in the heat
Oh
and
yeah,
in like new construction and things like that. And I was like praying, like sacrificing something for a job.
yeah,
Is
and it's cool
um
you try.
an
Look,
inside
you
job.
gave an honest attempt, and I
Hmm.
did the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess there's kids out there that won't even attempt it.
Hmm.
No, do like a little intern or do like a summer job.
Yeah.
See what you think.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
be honest with yourself at the end of it and
Yeah.
say, do I really want to do this? Even
Yeah.
if it's guaranteed money or whatever,
Hmm.
because it's not about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
about
and
being
it's
happy.
certain people like my brother. He loves it. He loves working with my dad, and
Yeah,
he's actually going to school to for like electrical.
like a master's,
And
like.
no, he's like 19.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Um, so he's at Sewella for doing something with electrical work. I don't know, but to go work with my dad and
Yeah,
things
because
like that.
eventually
So.
he's going to have to get a license
Hmm.
in his name.
Yeah.
Because if he wants to take over,
Yeah.
he'll have to go through everything your dad did, or
Hmm.
probably even more nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's good. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
I'm
good
like,
at it and you like it, I
and
mean,
he is, and I'm
take it
like,
over.
more power to. And my
Yeah,
dad knew. He was like, yeah, this isn't for you.
it's no big deal.
But yeah, for sure. And just I think your parents want you to be happy. So I don't think
Yeah.
they'll. So if you're out there and wanting, debating over, struggling over family business,
I
if you
think
like it, then yes. If you don't,
I think most parents don't want their kids to do
right?
what they do because they see the stress
Mm-hmm.
that they have to go through and all the, they go do something else.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you have this family business that's been around for 200 years, that gets a little more stressful, right? Because you're
Right.
like, okay, I need to do this, but
Right.
still, you got to be happy.
Yeah.
Got to be happy.
And anything you do, I think you just have to be happy and
Oh yeah.
do you.
Hmm.
But so I know Charlie. Your daughter's like small. I mean young. I don't know if you want to
Oh,
say her name.
she's small.
But she is small too. But is there like I don't know, like sometimes like parents like have this like dream, like, oh, I hope she grows up to be
Oh God.
this or that. Like not that you would like push it on her, but like maybe just like a fantasy job that you would hope she would
I
or
think
career she
I
would
I
pursue.
think I told Emily the other day. I was like, we're just gonna make her like or push her to be like a neurosurgeon so she can
Hmm.
work for 5 years and retire.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have to deal with it. It's kind of a joke, right?
Yeah.
But no, we're not. I don't think nor Emily nor I have any, I guess, ambition that we
Hmm.
want to project onto our daughter,
Yeah.
our 6 week old daughter.
Right.
We just, I think it's just more of look. Matter of fact, I mean, this is with college, right? For years it's always been a thing, but just recently, I
Hmm.
think it was like last month, like five of the largest companies in the world
Hmm.
dropped the 4 year requirement.
Hmm.
So like
I don't think
Apple,
Google.
yeah, Apple,
Yeah.
Google, Microsoft, they all were like, yeah, you don't need a degree anymore.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what's gonna happen with college by the
Right.
time she's 18. So like it's kind of a joke now. I'm like, okay, do you even save up for that?
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a savings for her, but
Right.
even if, hey, at the time, if she wants to go write code for a company and
Hmm.
doesn't, I mean, whatever.
I just
Just
started
hopefully you're
learning that,
healthy.
and I'm not. I just started learning that like on Code Academy or whatever.
Hmm.
Writing code, like there's so many resources out there where you don't necessarily need
Hmm.
a 4-year degree or a 2-year
Yeah.
degree or.
I think unless you're doing like, okay, I guess like a professional, like whether it's law degree, a doctor, I think you're gonna have more of like colleges like Soella,
Hmm.
where you can actually go and specialize in one
Hmm.
particular industry or medium, if you will, and do very well in that.
Hmm.
So who knows? I mean, we got
Yeah, I
we got
think we live in a
17 and a half
fun.
years.
Yeah, I think we live in a great time where you can do anything and
Hmm.
like you can take any path and still be successful. You don't have to follow. I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a lawyer. I'm gonna, you can be in IT and maybe not necessarily have a career,
Yeah.
but I mean a degree, but you have all this amazing
Hmm.
work and skill set that it works for you, and you can do what you want to do and even do it remotely too. And that's
Hmm.
something I've been kind of doing more research on where like freelance and like things like that, you can do that business remotely and you can travel the world while doing it. And I think that makes for a better person too, because you have all these new experiences, you're
Hmm.
experiencing new cultures and
Sure.
diversity, and you're doing what you love. And I think more people do what they love, happiness will be, will be
You're
more
right.
abundant, and I think people would be happier and make it a better world in return. I know that's
Hmm.
going off on a tangent, but
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
podcast number 2, right?
right. we'll just we'll save that for another time.
I know what you mean, though. I
But
mean,
I think we live in a really fun time where the possibilities are endless for someone
yeah,
from Lake Charles, Louisiana, to do whatever they want.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
think what you just said is that's what I see when I look at
Mhm.
her, right?
Mhm.
When you're feeding her and you're just looking at her, you're like, you could really do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the normal. I see the normal. I mean, you could be a successful politician. You could
Mhm.
be an awesome lawyer, doctor. I mean, whatever. I mean, firefighter.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. But at the same time, you can invent your own path.
Mhm.
And I see what people that have done that, and it's like, wait, what do you do? Like, how do you even make money doing that? I don't know. I review gadgets,
Yeah.
and I have a YouTube channel, and I make over 100,000 a year.
Yeah.
I mean, people actually do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think the possibilities are endless is a good way to put it,
Mhm.
especially when you look at it like a baby,
Right.
or a young individual.
Yeah, for sure. And so, any closing advice, I guess, for new fathers or um, people that may are on the fence about becoming a parent, and
Hmm.
then.
Yeah. Who did I say? I said this to somebody the other day. Misery loves company,
Mhm.
right? And I think it's a Ray Charles album, but it's true. Like, I think when you become a parent,
Mhm.
or when you're going to college, or when you're anything that you're doing in life, especially things that are stressful, you want people to tag along with you. It
Yeah.
kind of eases the stress, and
Mhm.
because if everyone's stressed, it relieves you
Right.
in a way. If you're the only
You
person
don't
doing
feel
something,
alone. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, being alone doesn't. It's not a good feeling. It just
Mhm.
adds to the stress. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, if it's just me spouting off in front of a group of, you know, 100 guys, yeah, everybody go become a dad,
Mhm.
but that's really not what it's about. I mean, I'd say if you're at a point in your life where you and your spouse, or if you don't have a spouse or whatever, you've talked about it and you think you're ready, then give it a shot.
Mhm.
You won't ever know until it happens,
Mhm.
but I can tell you, if whether it's not planned or planned, there is an instinctual, I don't know, overdrive that
Mhm.
kicks in. And like I said, unless you just are completely mentally checked out,
Mhm.
or you're going through something way, way, way worse in your life, you're going to be, to me, a decent provider for
Mhm.
that. I guess being a dad is a little bit than being a father in a way.
Mhm.
Anybody can become a father if
Yeah.
that's but being a dad is sort of a difference. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be my advice, is just, if you think you're ready, go ahead.
Mhm.
And if you don't want to, then you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's really, it's not a, I don't think it's a big stress anymore in society that,
Right.
you have to carry on the name, or you have to. I mean,
Mhm.
it's there's plenty of people out there that don't want to have kids, that haven't had kids. They're as happy as can be.
Yeah.
So it's whatever you want to do. When
Yeah.
it happens, though, it happened.
Yeah. And it's no regrets.
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people out there that have regret, but I think there's other things that
Mhm.
are that they're dealing with. But when you have a son or daughter, it really changes you. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Hey, more power to you. If you're a great dad, that's what we hope everyone is, right?
Yeah.
But hey, I don't know. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, right?
Yeah. There you go.
But that'd be my closing advice for fatherhood. But
Yeah.
it is fun, though, I gotta say.
Yeah.
If you're bored, it doesn't fix anything. If you have problems in life, you just gonna have more problems. But it definitely takes a mundane
Mhm.
life where you go day by day, do the same thing. It is totally not that.
Yeah.
Every single hour is different. So
Mhm.
in a way, that's pretty cool. So
That's awesome.
hmm
And so, just to remind people, how can they find Porsche aerial imagery on social media, online?
yeah. So I guess I'll just do my 30 or my
Yeah, go
elevator
ahead.
pitch.
Have at it.
So Porche Aerial Imagery, we fly drones for a living. We take anything from the air, whether it's pictures, video, inspections. We do anything from fun runs to really, really high-end industrial jobs. So been around since 2014. You can find us on our website, www.porscheai.com, or on Facebook, facebook.com/PorscheAI. And you follow us on there if you can, because we post some really neat stuff.
Some really cool videos.
I don't post every day, so like your news feed's not going to be filled up.
Mhm.
It's probably once or twice a week at most, and normally it's pretty unique stuff. So
Mhm.
that's uh, that's my pitch.
Now, what are some businesses that could use, like, that you have worked with, or not names, but like industry type of business, like, realtors or
Yeah, so
plants or.
I'd say, plants is probably, or industrial. We'll just use that word.
Mhm.
Industrial is primarily what we do.
Mhm.
Although you will not see that on Facebook because of
Mhm.
like non-disclosure agreements and all that.
Right.
But that's primarily I don't know, the reason we even
Mhm.
exist.
Mhm.
But if you're listening and you have any position, I mean, we've done work for attorneys,
Mhm.
lots of that, lots of legal work, believe it or not.
Mhm.
We've done fun runs. I think at one point we were going to do the Heart Walk.
Mhm.
So I mean, if anyone hears this and you think you need a camera in the air for any reason,
Mhm.
give us a call.
Be cool for, like, maybe, like, have you ever done like weddings, like outdoor weddings or anything,
It's
or is that?
funny. I've done one wedding. Drones and weddings are tricky
Mhm.
because drones are very noisy.
Mhm.
They're really not, and they take away from I've gotten married. I've been to many weddings. It's such a peaceful moment.
Mhm.
It's quiet. I can't imagine people would want a buzzing drone.
Mhm.
So, uh, I've done one,
Right.
and it was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but
Yeah.
um, I don't know. Hire a ground photographer for
Yeah.
weddings. My honest suggestion. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess other than that, real estate. You mentioned that.
Mhm.
That's a small, believe it or not, but it's growing.
Mhm.
So we have some really good pricing for real
Yeah.
estate agents.
That's
So if you're
awesome.
listening and you're a licensed agent,
Yeah. There you go.
um, give us a call because I
Yeah.
have some
Especially for, like,
options.
like here we have a lot of like farmland and rural areas where, or undeveloped areas where you can like, kind of take a
Yeah.
survey of like the entire plot or
Yeah, like how do
so.
you take a picture, right at the front and go, okay, this is 300 acres. Well, show
Yeah.
them it's 300 acres.
Mhm.
And I've had a lot of this in the past where people will call and they boom, right off the bat, they start talking about budget, which is natural, right? They
Mhm.
don't want to get anything that's too expensive. And when I give them the price, they're like, wait, really? This is it?
Mhm.
And sometimes it's $125.
Yeah.
It's like, but they had the assumption it was going to be 3 grand.
Right.
Or, I'm like, no, that's the old days.
Yeah.
That's fixed wing and that's helicopters. And
Right.
this is the
So it's
new.
very affordable
Oh,
and
it's
yeah.
extremely affordable. And depending on your project, it can go up to very expensive things or quotes. But
Mhm.
I would say you'd be surprised depending on what you're needing. We've got some very affordable
Yeah.
options.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my pitch.
Yeah. There you go. Well, check them out. Really cool stuff that you're doing out there, Cody. And good luck to
Thank
the
you.
next
Yeah.
um 50, 80 years of
Oh
fatherhood.
God. Yeah, I think I read a quote the other day. It says it never ends.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
it's
no,
not
my
18
dad will
years.
tell you
It
that
never
at,
ends.
at 24 years old, I'm still calling him
Yeah.
for things. And
That's not. But he
um,
loves that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So no,
I know
thank
he
you.
he gets mad when, but then I see he secretly loves that, or my mom too. And so,
What's his name?
um, Daryl,
Daryl. All
yeah,
right, Daryl. I need that fire pit
yeah,
ASAP.
that's
I
right.
want the one with the lid on it so I can cook
That's
and
what she
everything.
has. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go take my sister's. It's all right. It's heavy though, so
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
make
need
sure you
some
have a
help.
truck. But again, thanks, Cody, for coming on. Appreciate you. I'm sure we'll have you back soon.
Yeah, this is
And
awesome. I love doing this. So
yeah,
whenever you have
yeah,
time for
for
me,
sure, for sure.
give me a call.
And thank you all for listening. Be sure to tune in for part 2 of the Fatherhood series, Father Day series. I don't know. I'll come up with the name by episode 2. And be sure to like us, review us, subscribe on all the channels. And if you have any suggestions or topics you want us to cover, please feel free to let me know. And remember to do good. Thank you. Bye bye.